This video is part of the Iron Orchid Designs Spring Release Party playlist. If you want to see other tutorials featuring the new release items, please find the link to the playlist in the description below or visit the Iron Orchid Designs YouTube channel. Hi, let's look at the all new Millots Pages, the transfer by Iron Orchid Designs, and it is just full of so many little treasures, little pictures, and I'm going to be putting them on something today. But let me show you really quick. Right here on the front here, it kind of gives you a sample of what is all in this pack. There are 8 sheets, so let's take a look at some of them. Here we have all different types of mushrooms, and at the very bottom it tells you what they are. So there's a number according to them, and then it correlates in the bottom. So we have mushrooms. Next, we have some beautiful florals. And then we have fruit. Again, all these pages have, each little image has a number, and then at the bottom, it kind of tells you what it is. Now, we have insects. For those of you that like to work with insects, but they do look cute on certain projects for sure. This beetle's kind of neat. As I look through here, I see a bunch of bugs that I have never seen before and hope I never see them in real life. Okay, and next we have vegetables, all different sizes and shapes of vegetables, a huge selection of onions, and just some different peas and squash. And the next page is eggs, lots of different sizes and shapes and colors of eggs. And next we have butterflies, and this sheet, instead of having the names written down here, they are right next to the image. There are some gorgeous butterflies on here, very vibrant and very beautiful. And lastly, I love this one. Let's look at this one. Oops, this is page 8. We have fish. Look at the different types of fish we have here. And all of them, again, have the name of what kind of fish they are. Pretty neat. Anyway, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use Millots Pages. We're not going to use all of them. Let me show you what we're going to do. We are going to take, I have this jewelry box. I paid $4.99 for it at a thrift store. And look at it. It's kind of dirty. It's got tape on it. So I'm going to have to clean it really good. But look at this. It opens. And then there's little drawers. So this is going to be perfect to paint and then apply some Millots pages. Can you guess which page I'm going to use? Get this jewelry box ready to paint, and then we can add the transfers. So first things first, we need to clean it. And I have a little bit of some TSP solution here. You can put it in a spray bottle. I just didn't want to spray it all over, so I have it in a cup. These Scrub Daddies work really good. This version has the rough side on one side, and then it has like a sponge on the other side. So this works really well to help clean. Now, sometimes these stickers won't come off when you peel them. They're kind of stuck on there. So what I do is I just take a paper towel and I get it damp, and then I just set it on here and let it soak for a minute. And then after a few minutes, it'll scratch right off. So while that's doing that, we're going to go ahead and just start cleaning. So I'm dipping my Scrub Daddy. And I am just going to use the sponge side. This is really not that dirty or greasy, so I don't have to worry too much about it. If it had a bunch of stuff on it, I'd probably use the rougher side. But this one's just mainly dust. And the sponge is able to actually get into all of those. Let me just hold that and let me show you. It gets into all those details right here, because there are some deep details here. I'm going to stand it back up. Okay. All right, let me show you real quick. So this is working already. Now you can see that it's coming off way easier after you soak it for a couple minutes. with just some water. I just normally use water, but I did use a little of the TSP solution just because that's what I dipped my. But look, ta-da! The sticker easily comes off. You can't even tell it was there. There was no sticker residue. Okay, so I have my little mister bottle. I don't need a lot of water. I just need enough to wipe away any maybe remaining residue. Just in case. Okay, so basically these don't come off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of blue tape and cover them up so when I'm painting I don't get a lot of paint on the handles. There we go. Now what I've decided I'm going to use is I want to use the gorgeous florals. So the colors that I've chose is this gorgeous apricot color, and then I'm going to use a white. So these are the colors that I'm going to do. I'm going to blend them in, and then we're going to let the paint dry, and then we're going to add these to the top. So let's get started. So I'm going to start down here with the apricot, and then I'm going to go up to the white. So we're going to start here with the, let's start with the white. No, we're going to start with the apricot on the bottom. Put it up just a little bit more so you can see better. Now generally when you're using chalk paint it takes about 2 coats. So this first coat is essentially we're just going to be laying out our color design and seeing if, you know, if we like it, if it's going to work. Because the second layer of paint you can always change it up a bit. So the top I'm going to just do in white. Chalk paint dries pretty fast, which is very nice. The jewelry box is dry and blended and ready to go. I still have the tape on the handles, but we'll pull that off later. Now I need to go to my Millots Pages, pick out what part of the transfers that I want to use. Again, I'm going to use the flower page. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this out of the booklet. That way it'll make it easy for when I want to start cutting them out and deciding where I'm going to put them. All of the transfers come with a rubbing tool. That way you can get it on. I've already blended in here too. So we'll probably put a few in here, one on the top, and maybe some on the front. I don't know, the front's kind of pretty the way it is. So, but let's see what we're going to use. We're going to use, definitely, I want to stay within the same peach and white. So I'm going to take this one here. And you just simply cut it out. Make sure, though, you leave the white paper behind it so that way it doesn't stick, because the transfer will stick to something and then you won't be able to use it on your piece. But see how pretty these are going to look on here? Okay, so I'm going to cut out some more. Okay, so I think we're going to start on the inside. I'm just going to strategically place some of these around and see how they look. I want to put this big one on the top, though. I think that'd be beautiful. Or maybe I should go across the middle. Maybe put this one over here. Lots of different options and choices. I think I will. I think I'll go here, and then if I want to, there are other pieces I can branch out from around it. So let's start with this one here. So you just remove it from the backing, and then you put it down where you want it to lay. I have a lot of different surfaces going on here because of the drawers and the parts where the drawers sit. So I'm just going to go around and push lightly, or push firmly, I should say. Now that it's in place where I want it, I'm going to use my transfer tool, and I'm going to give it a good, firm rub. I want to be mindful of the different edges I have here, so I want to make sure I try to rub and get all sides here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start picking it up on one side. And when you do that and you start to pick it up and rub, it helps release it. But you can also see what needs to have a little bit more of pressure of when you rub. You can see what you missed. Even though it might be a little fragment, sometimes that little fragment makes a world of difference in the design. So we're going to definitely make sure we get as many little fragments that we may have missed. And it's simply because we're doing it on an uneven surface, but look at that. Look how beautiful that is coming. Here we go. Now, I don't want to open the drawers just yet because I might rip it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my razor blade and I'm going to just make sure I cut the lines straight. Yep. And once we get all of our transfers on, we will go ahead and seal it so we don't risk them coming off. So there's that one. So this has a little bit of a nick taken out of it. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to disguise it, hide it. So I'm going to have my leaves wrap around the front of the jewelry box. And it'll mask that little area. Next, I'm going to use a little gilding wax to brighten these up.